Level 1. The Private. A drill sergeant is already screaming before your feet touch the ground. You stand frozen, unsure where to look or stand. 20 minutes earlier, you were eating a candy bar, savoring your last quiet moment for the next 10 weeks. That moment is gone. The drill sergeant wearing a round brown hat gets 3 inches from your face and demands to know why you're smiling. If you aren't, your face is simply reacting to the shock. He doesn't care. Drop and push. You do push-ups on cold asphalt. They take everything. Your phone, wallet, watch, civilian clothes, every item tying you to your old life. They shave your head, issue an ill-fitting uniform and stiff boots, then assign you a bunk in an open bay with 50 equally confused recruits. Nobody sleeps that night. Basic combat training lasts 10 weeks and rebuilds you from scratch. You wake at 4:30 a.m. for runs, endless push-ups, sit-ups and flutter kicks, until your muscles scream. Then you do more. You learn to march as one body, fire an M for carbine. Your hands shake on the first live round, but by week 6 you're grouping tightly. You navigate woods with map and compass, and apply first aid, including tourniquets. Drill sergeants are not friends or mentors, yet they are the wall you crash into daily. They punish you for unknown rules, wrinkled sheets, dust in lockers, empty canteens. Infractions bring collective punishment. One failure means everyone suffers. You'll learn to hate the sloppy bunkmate, then learn to help him because the cost of resentment is higher. The lesson is never explained. You figure it out or wash out. Some quit and sit in holding areas for weeks. You consider quitting on day 4 and again on day 12, but stay because quitting feels worse. On graduation day, they finally call you a soldier. Your family watches from the bleachers as your mother cries. You stand at attention with people who once hated each other and now would die for one another. You are a private earning $24,000 a year, owning nothing and knowing little, but you survived. That counts. Level 2. The Specialist. After about 2 years, you've completed advanced individual training and learned your most infantryman, mechanic, medic, or truck driver. You're now at your first duty station as a Specialist E4. The Army feels both better and worse than basic training. Better because the constant screaming has stopped. Worse because the crushing boredom was never mentioned. As a Specialist, you wear a shield insignia, but have zero authority. You are the most common rank, the workforce backbone. Specialists excel at 2 things: doing the real work and creatively avoiding it. You master looking busy, hiding in supply closets, stretching 30-minute jobs into full afternoons. You develop a radar for when the first sergeant needs bodies for details. Yet you still do the work. 3 a.m., guard duty, pointless inventory, cleaning already clean weapons to satisfy checklists, sitting through irrelevant briefs and PowerPoint slides that could have been emails. You stand in formation in the rain, waiting for information. Hurry up and wait becomes the defining rhythm of your career. You live in barracks with cinder block walls and tile floors, facing constant inspections where NCOs always find faults. Meals come from the DFAC free, but tasting like it. On weekends, you drink too much at nearby bars filled with the same military stories. Some friends marry at 19 or 20. You watch many of those marriages collapse within a year. Level 3. The Sergeant. You face a promotion board in dress uniform, reciting memorized Army regulations, history, and job knowledge like a machine. You pass and pin on 3 chevrons. Overnight, you become responsible for other human beings in a real, legal, career-ending way. As an NCO, you lead a team of 4 soldiers, 24/7. If one gets a DUI at 2 a.m., your phone rings. If one fails PT, it affects your record. You must know their finances, family issues, mental health, eating habits, and drinking. At 23, you suddenly become counselor, mentor, disciplinarian, and babysitter with no real training. Paperwork dominates, counseling statements, evaluations, training schedules, and risk assessments for every activity. The sergeant's job is less about combat and more about managing unwilling people, reluctant equipment, and endless meetings. You love and hate it equally. Level 4. The Staff Sergeant. Now in E6, with 7 to 10 years in, you've deployed at least once Afghanistan, Iraq, Kuwait, Europe, or Korea. You've lived in miserable conditions and been close enough to combat to hear, smell, and feel it. You may have lost friends, You don't talk about it much because words fail. You lead a squad of 8 to 12 soldiers, translating platoon guidance into executable tasks. You run ranges, plan training, counsel new sergeants, can enforce standards on haircuts, uniforms, PT barracks, and weapons. Some soldiers see you as a hard ass, others as fair. Few understand the standards come from far above you. Your body shows where aching knees from rucking, a sore back from years of heavy loads, and constant tinnitus from weapons fire. In your late 20s or early 30s, you move like someone older. You take ibuprofen and drive on. The VA will later rate some injuries. Level 5. The Sergeant First Class. As an E7 platoon sergeant, you oversee 30 to 40 soldiers alongside a young lieutenant. The lieutenant has a degree and legal command authority. You have 15 years of practical knowledge. Strong platoon sergeant-lieutenant partnership is critical. Good lieutenants listen and grow great. You translate between officer plans and enlisted reality, turning orders into action while accounting for real-world constraints that paperwork ignores. You manage training, maintenance, medical readiness, personnel problems, and family issues. You sign leave forms, counsel soldiers, review evaluations. Promotion to E7 is competitive. Many capable E6 South get passed over and retire without the rank. You made it, but watched good friends fall short. Talent matters, but so does politics. Level 6. The First Sergeant. Called top, you are the senior enlisted leader for a company of 100 to 200 soldiers. Every problem reaches you first. Arrests, financial crises, depression, failed drug tests. You know intimate details about soldiers that even their parents don't. You partner with a young captain. The commander decides. You ensure execution. You track every soldier's training, medical status, weapons quals, family situation, and re-enlistment window. You've attended too many memorials, folded flags, escorted remains, and comforted grieving families. Those names stay with you. Level 7. The Sergeant Major. An E9. You serve as senior enlisted advisor at battalion level or higher, working with lieutenant colonels or colonels. You advise on enlisted matters, which is everything. Since enlisted make up 82% of the Army, you safeguard standards, discipline, morale, and welfare. You sit in high-level briefings on operations, strategy, and budgets, representing the enlisted voice. You push back when plans ignore human limits. Good commanders listen. With over 20 years, your body carries damage. Knee surgeries, limited shoulder mobility, loud tinnitus. You've done 3 or 4 deployments, totaling 7 years away from family. Your marriage may have survived or not. Kids grew up with an often absent parent. You attend the Sergeant Major Academy, studying leadership and strategy, connecting the pieces. Level 8. The Second Lieutenant. You took the Officer Route West Point, ROTC, or OCS, after enlisting. Now, a Second Lieutenant 01, Butterbar. You command a platoon. You have a platoon sergeant far more experienced than you. The dynamic is strange. You have the rank and authority, but they have the knowledge. The smartest move is to listen and admit what you don't know. The worst is acting like your degree and gold bar grant instant competence. Theory and authority are not the same as practical skill, which comes only through time and repeated failure. You plan, brief, write orders, and lead PT, while soldiers older and more capable than you watch to see if you earn their respect. Level 9, the Colonel. After more than 20 years as an officer, you command a brigade of 3,000 to 5,000 soldiers. You've progressed through every level. Your days stretch 14 hours with back-to-back meetings on readiness, personnel, training, and crises deaths, assaults, accidents, budget cuts. You brief generals, testify before boards, and represent the Army at civilian events, smiling through rubber chicken dinners, hiding the weight of command. Transitioning from commander mode to family life grows harder each year. Level 10, the General. With 25 to 30 years served, you wear 1 to 4 stars. Only 302 general officers exist in the entire Army. You reach this through performance, politics, timing, and immense sacrifice. You command divisions, corps, or combatant commands. Decisions in Pentagon rooms affect whether soldiers live or die in distant lands. You brief the Secretary of Defense and President, carry a 24/7 command phone, and weigh risk to force versus risk to mission, and acceptable casualties. Phrases that never lose their weight. You've attended dignified transfers at Dover, watching flag-draped caskets. While families grieve nearby, you never look away. Politics, Congress, media, contractors, and allies consume your time. You manage billions in budgets and tens of thousands of lives. Your family paid dearly, missed birthdays, anniversaries, childhood milestones. Your spouse raised the children largely alone. At 55, exhaustion runs bone deep. Retirement brings a ceremony with marching soldiers, band awards, and a final salute. Then the phone stops. The world you knew closes behind you. You have a pension, health care, medals in a shadow box, proud memories, and unspoken ones. Friends are scattered worldwide. Some never returned. Somewhere, an 18-year-old sits in a recruiter's office, nervous but signing papers, unaware of the real cost and reward ahead. He'll step off that bus at 2 a.m., hear the screaming, and begin the cycle. They always figure it out.